What's up guys, Billy here, and today we will be discussing some of the changes made to the DJI Mavic Pro in the latest firmware update. This update, version 01.04.0100, was pushed out on November 27th, 2017, and is 216.5 megabytes in size to download. Here's a list of the changes implemented in this firmware update. You can pause the video to read over them, but now let's go over these in a bit more depth. Other than a few small improvements, the biggest change in this update is the addition of the panoramic shooting modes that originally was only available on the Spark. To access these modes, head into the camera settings, choose the second tab marked by the camera icon, select the photo option, and then look for Pano at the bottom. The options that we have are sphere, 180, vertical, and horizontal, and now we will do a quick test of each. First is sphere, which takes a total of 34 individual pictures and stitches them together. It's a little bit different on the Spark, as when we choose to do the sphere panorama mode, it takes 46 individual pictures. Even though less pictures are taken, this process does take around a minute to do, so be sure you have sufficient battery and patience. Once the picture has been taken, we can view the photo by clicking on the play button in the bottom right corner. You'll have to wait again for the pictures to stitch together, but once that process has been completed, we have full range to look all the way around the photo, moving from a little planet to a true 360 view. I've been working out a way to view these images and stitch them together on the computer, but as of right now, the DJI Go app is the best way to view these spherical panoramas. When we export the images to our mobile device, it looks kind of like a mess. Also, when we go and put the SD card inside of the computer, it only shows all of the images that were taken and not the stitched image. So if you do want to save that stitched image, be sure you save it to your photos on your mobile device, again, by hitting export in the DJI Go app. Now, if I could give you one tip when taking spherical panoramas, it would be to take the photo at a high altitude. If you take one closer to the ground, you get this weird blur at the top, considering the drone's camera cannot point straight up. Plus, a 360 photo from the sky just looks dope. Next up, we have 180, which takes a total of 21 individual pictures and stitches them together to give you an incredibly wide field of view. If you find yourself in a tight area where you can't capture everything in just one shot, this really opens up a lot of possibilities, especially when looking at a large landscape. Just like the sphere panorama, we can click on the play button in the bottom right corner to view our finished project. After letting the photos stitch together, we get some really incredible results, and the cool thing about this is that when you export the photo to save it to your device, it comes out looking really smooth and ready to share. While it certainly isn't as cool as the full 360 panorama, I think that this might be the most useful and my favorite. Before I move on, just a little tip: when lining up your 180 panoramic shot, where you press the shutter button to initiate the photo will be the center, so the drone will essentially capture that middle frame and everything around it. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense when you're trying to line up this panoramic shot. Next is vertical, which takes a total of 3 individual pictures, so really no time at all. While you could just take a regular portrait photo, this seems to give you an even wider field of view, just like the 180 pano mode does. Just like the other modes, we are able to view and export our finished project by tapping the play button in the bottom right corner. Finally, we have horizontal, which takes a total of 9 individual pictures. This essentially is just a smaller version of the 180 pano mode, as you won't be able to fit as much into this smaller field of view. With the 180 pano mode, I noticed that sometimes the edges can get a little distorted, so if you want to avoid that and focus on a specific subject, then horizontal is probably the one that you want to choose. Again, I figured I would mention that if you want to view and export the stitched picture, we need to click on the play button in the bottom right corner. But guys, that wraps up this quick video taking a look at the newest firmware for the DJI Mavic Pro. Be sure to go over and check out my Instagram, as I will be posting my panorama pictures as I take them. My username is just @BillyKyle. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.